Let me say this with love. Lean in. No one is coming to save you next year. Did anyone come and save you this year? Okay, that's what I thought. I don't want you to think of that as something that's scary, because it's not scary. It's empowering. No one came to save you last year. No one came to save you this year. No one's going to come and save you next year. And guess what? At this moment in time, you are still here. But I want you to know that you're capable of more than you think you are. All right, that's my spiel. Let's get into it. Hey there. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. As you know, we talk about how in life it's not only me and it's not only you, but life's ups and downs are universal. So today, let's get into it. We are going into a new year and we are going to do things differently to get what? Different results, preferably better results. All right, stop waiting for feeling ready. Readiness comes with action. Readiness comes with movement. I heard someone say that you don't want to focus on being lucky. What you want to focus on is being prepared. Success comes from preparation combined with the opportunity. That is what leads to success. And you are not waiting to feel ready. You are moving and being perfected as you continue on. So, is there something that you've been saying? I'm going to start this when blank. Write that down. What is that thing? That is what you should be building a plan around going into your new year. And if you've maybe heard of the 12-week year, you should execute the 12-week year. Because when we say the next year, this could be, March going into your April. Could be, May, you're going into another season. Your new year is not solely focused on the fiscal January. You could have multiple new years throughout a year span. Okay? So what is something that you've been putting off? And when you identify that thing that you've been saying, I'll do this when blank, 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 what is one small step that you can do towards that thing? And if you've been watching in my prior video, I talked about step 0. Step 0 is the thing that once we try to start doing something, we usually realize that we didn't do some sort of prep or some sort of initial setup. And so now what happens is I'm not going to do anything until I get this minute thing done that I didn't realize I needed to do. I talked about it in a previous video. If you've read the book Getting Things Done, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should check out the book Getting Things Done. And along with the first point, action is what builds belief. You don't believe you can do something by sitting there and thinking about it. Typically, action is what builds that belief. Number 2, we are not going to carry the old version of ourselves into the new year and expect different results. That's not going to work. Or expecting new results. Different results could be anything, but we're not going to carry the old version of ourselves into the new year and expect new, positive, beneficial results. That's not going to work. The math doesn't math. It's not adding up. So we're not going to do that. We need to know that I'm not going to shame or disgrace myself for the time that I wasted, the lack of momentum, the lack of movement that I had. But what I will do is I will stop protecting and defending habits that did not get me to where I wanted to be. I will stop protecting and defending those things because they did not serve me well. So I don't need to justify waking up at a certain time when I probably should wake up earlier. I'm not going to justify going to sleep at a certain time when I probably should go to sleep early. I'm not going to justify certain foods. I'm not going to justify certain habits, activities, maybe even with a facial routine, right? I'm not going to justify, I didn't feel like doing my whole routine, so I didn't do it. Well, that's why you didn't feel like it results. That's what they look like. You didn't want to eat a certain way. That's why you didn't feel like it. Wait. It's simple. It just takes awareness and effort. You have to ask yourself, what am I still tolerating that I already know cost me energy, cost me success, cost me growth? You have to identify what those things are. Did you know that loving yourself sometimes looks like choosing discomfort instead of choosing future regret? So love yourself. Love yourself. The power of decision. Number 3, decide who you're becoming. Doesn't matter if you're not her yet. Decide who you're becoming. And this is more of You're having the identity. You're transforming based upon an identified identity. And that allows you to make statements or sentences like, next year, I'm going to be someone who no longer blank. Or you can say, what would that version of me do today? Right? You're searching for that identity, that you're getting alignment within that identity for the things that you will no longer do or the things that you will do. And you are acting like that person before it's comfortable. It's uncomfortable, but you're acting like that person before it's comfortable. So knowing that it doesn't, you might feel like it's a little bit of deceit or deception, or it's not the truth, but you are speaking to who you will be. And you have to carry that out right now. You can do this. I can do this. We can do this. Okay? So comment something that you're done tolerating from the old version of you, or comment something that a habit that you're committing to as the new version of you. And you're not doing this comment for me, you're doing this comment for you. This is all about you. You and who you are trying to become. There's power to your words. There's power to the things that we say about ourselves. So let those things be things that you want to see happen. Don't say anything that you don't want to see happen. That is something that I have learned. You don't want to see it happen? Shut your mouth. Mum's the word. Don't say it. Say what you want and mean what you say. I feel like somebody's mom saying that. But say what you want. Leave that comment down below. What you're not going to tolerate from yourself, or a habit that you're committing to doing, but you need to put it out there. This was short. This was sweet. This was to the point. You don't need another sign. You don't need permission. You don't need to be saved, because no one's coming to save you anyways. Knowing that you're still here, knowing that you still have a chance, it's not over. You can do this. Identify what this is, because it's different for all of us. Identify what this is. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? Who do you want to be? Identify those things. Get up. Start small. Stay consistent. And trust yourself to try again. Failure is not what you want. Mistakes will occur, but failure is quitting, right? We don't want to quit. Now, there are times to pivot and adjust, but I read something that said that people that are very successful, they do not switch, change their mind, change directions a lot. They take the time to make a decision, but once they make that decision, they lock into it. So decide what it is, lock into it, and know that you can come back to this channel, come back to these comments. All right, so speaking of comments, we're doing our comment shout out. So this week's comment shout out goes to Lucky Goddess 369, who said, "Thank you so much, Queen. God bless you." I appreciate the comments. Please keep them coming. I will continue to do these shout outs. All right, let's get back to it. Find support, get support, but stay consistent. So I hope this was helpful. If you're watching this and it is still 2025, I hope that you have an amazing 2026. And if you're watching this and it's 2026, get going. You know what you need to do. And if you want to find out more about the 12-week year, I can share a video on that later. If you want to, let me know in the comments. But thank you so much for watching. Please check the description box. Please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up, like, and comment. And I love you for watching. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Go crush it. Bye. Not only can